It's our shared responsibility to keep America under surveillance.
It's like neighborhood watch on acid.
Because a lot of people look suspicious.
So raw milk is legal in Canada?
Well, raw milk is not legal in Canada. It's been certified as illegal and it's not fit for the public consumption. But if you join up with a cow share program where you become like the owner of a cow and have the farmer look after your cow, then you're entitled to, as a farmer, drink its milk. So
Yeah, but and in Quebec too, you can drink your own cow's milk. Right, so that should be a way around
in the private. See, the government can only regulate everything which is under the umbrella of public.
Okay, but you said that the Supreme Court said that it was legal.
Supreme Court of Canada just ruled on the Regina versus Schmidt case that in Ontario, that he wasn't trying to circumvent the law at all.
Okay. So what he was doing was lawful.
Absolutely. And
that's the guy who had set up the cow co-op thing so people can get raw milk from their own cow that they own a
cow share program. Exactly. Yeah, on the private side, the government can't regulate anything that's in the private whatsoever. So what the guy did is he set up a membership fee, and what was it? It was a membership fee, and
it's exactly what they did with the smoking. When smoking became a big problem or they were trying to cut down on smoking in restaurants and stuff like that, a lot of the businesses started up membership clubs, because then that takes it out and puts it on the private side, because now you have an agreement between the member and the property owner. So it's all about this,
so then you can actually smoke in the establishment if it's a private thing with membership.
Yeah, exactly. If you have a membership.
And here's Karen.
Good morning.
Truthers don't breakfast, they brunch.
We're gonna have breakfast now. It's what, 11 o'clock?
Yeah, 11:14.
Good time to have breakfast.
We take one of these cameras.
One of these cameras.
We got the mermaid here.
Fully armed.
Mermaid in the house.
With my lovely hair.
Ready to navigate through the public in the private.
My hair makes me popular. It defines who I am.
People like you because you're pretty.
Thank you.
And that's about it.
You get in a car with a truther and they hand you cameras. It's like everyone has to have a camera. There's a camera for you and a camera for you, and everyone has their camera. Like, I feel like we're on a mission from God.
We pretty much are. Like you. Okay, when you go, if somebody tries to pull something with you where they try to violate your rights, whether it's at the bank or it's the passport office or it's whoever, and you pull out a tape recorder, you could also pull out a camera, couldn't you?
That's right, yeah.
Shit.
Even in court, you could use a camera. You can use a camera as an audio recording device.
Audio, right.
Automatic transcriber. It's not a recording device, folks, let's face it.
That's right.
Because what you do is, like, if somebody yesterday somebody told me that she applied for her passport with nothing but her Medicare card. Because actually, the card proves that she's a Canadian citizen. The government already knows that, and the card has all the information they need for the passport. Right. So what do you have to go through this whole big application for?
It takes away her obligation to actually apply.
Takes away her obligation to apply.
Then it allows the public servant to actually fill out the application, and it's the public servant that's actually doing it. So
okay, right, yeah.
The benefit's being issued, but she's not the one who's requesting it anymore.
Well, it all goes a little over my head, but the point is she used her Medicare card, nothing else, and she got her passport in 24 hours. And when she, first went to the office and she tried to do this, they said something like, if they say something like, how do we know that this is a valid document, or that, they say, how do we know the Medicare card is not fraudulent? Well, it's not up to her to prove that it's not fraudulent. It would have to be up to them to prove it's fraudulent. And if they make any kind of statements like that, you just pull out a tape recorder and you say, okay, what's your name and your, whatever your number in some cases, and would you like to repeat that statement, like that, are you saying that I'm committing fraud?
Are you an agent for revenue?
Are you an agent for revenue? Oh yeah, that's what it was. The other one, what were they asking her?
If
They were
if you're a public servant and she starts asking you questions that are your private
Not
information
relevant.
that aren't relevant,
Right, like they started asking this woman who was applying for a passport, you know, whether she's living in Ontario or in Quebec, and what's her job, what's her income, if she sells art, does she sell it in Quebec or in Ontario? Like they'll do that, they'll overstep their boundaries, and that's where you pull out the camera or the the sound recorder.
Know your rights.
Automatic
Cameron.
transcriber.
Right. And then usually they'll back down because they don't want to go on record doing something that's unlawful.
a lot of people love doing things that they're not accountable for, but the moment they know that they're accountable, then they might think twice.
Exactly.